We begin in eastern Ukraine, where the polls are closed and the votes are being counted in a critical self-rule referendum being watched around the world. The voting took a deadly turn when Ukrainian National Guardsmen opened fire on a crowd outside the town hall in Krasnoarmysk in Donetsk region. This is amateur video of the incident that we cannot independently confirm. There are reports of deaths. It is unclear how many. The shooting happened hours after dozens of guardsmen shut down the voting in that town. At issue in these two referendums, the status and future of Donetsk and Luhansk, two regions that have seen a lot of unrest. CCTV's Roza Kazan joins us once again from Donetsk. Roza, what are you hearing as far as results?
Well, voters were asked just one question, whether or not they supported the act of state sovereignty of the self-proclaimed Donetsk and Lugansk People's Republic. And the election officials here have already announced preliminary results. Here in the Donetsk region, the turnout, they saying, was just under 75%, and 89% of those who voted in favor of this region's self-rule. There was an air of defiance and celebration in the southern Ukrainian city of Mariupol. Thousands turned out to vote on the sovereignty of the self-proclaimed Donetsk People's Republic, lining up for hours in rising heat and despite Kiev's so-called anti-terrorist operations to clear occupied government buildings here in eastern Ukraine.
It pains me to watch what our government is doing to our people here.
We are all here out of our own goodwill, not under the barrel of any gun.
Referendum organizers told us that for security reasons, they only opened 4 polling stations after Friday's violent clashes. The people here outside one of the polling stations in Mariupol have been standing in line for over 3 hours now, and they're telling us it is worth it because they want to come and protect their right to determine their own future. Thousands turned out to cast ballots in the regional referenda held in Luhansk and Donetsk. Some said the central government's military operations gave them extra incentive to vote.
Of course, even at the start of this year, we couldn't even imagine this. But after the government that came to power in Kiev sent in tanks and weapons against peaceful people here, we came to support the referendum.
But there were also some who said they voted for united Ukraine.
No one wants to truly break away. Everyone wants to be part of Ukraine.
Many who came to vote said they wanted to protect their right to speak Russian and also have a say in controlling the region's resources. They also expressed concern over the rising strength of nationalist parties in the government in Kiev. While the day before, Ukraine's interim president said that Kiev authorities were ready to sit down for talks with the representatives of eastern regions, that offer may have been too little and too late for many of those who came out to vote in Sunday's poll. Officials of the both self-proclaimed republics have said that they will announce final results at 3 p.m. local time on Monday. They also promised that they will make it clear what will be their next steps in determining the status of this region going forward.
Roza, so as far as Luhansk and Donetsk are concerned, does this mean these two regions will actually break away from Ukraine?
Well, it is somewhat unclear at the moment. Now, the question on the referendum was about sovereignty, and the way you can translate that is it's a question about autonomy and self-rule. So the Donetsk People's Republic officials are saying that this will mean, the vote means that now the supremacy of power, the authority, will lie with them, with the officials from the self-proclaimed Donetsk People's Republic, and not with the government in Kiev. However, they stress that this does not mean that they're breaking away from Ukraine. This is the first step to determine what will be their status going forward, and that could be many options. That could be remaining in Ukraine, as part of Ukraine, as a confederation, as part of a confederation, or becoming completely independent, or joining Russia, maybe even perhaps. So they've said that this is just the first step. This doesn't mean that they have just announced that they're an independent state. This means that they now have the right to determine their future going forward.
Roza Kazan live in Donetsk. Thank you so much.